you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love.
Good morning. I forgot I was supposed to be vlogging for a minute. I'm trying to feed Jace breakfast because he's not letting me do anything. I didn't really want him getting all messy this morning, but I had to open a package and I have to get dinner in the crock pot going. And I need him occupied so I can do it, and it's just snacks when not doing it the trick. So now he's eating some yogurt. He's having one of these little French yogurts. Mr. has his 6-month checkup today. So we'll see what he weighs now. Would you stop throwing this thing at him? So I got some stuff from Temu. Here's just a couple of the things I got. So I got these little cards for the kids. They're like punch cards. So they can put their names on them. And it has 10 little spots and it says after 10 punches I will earn. So every time they do something like good and have good behavior, they can punch a little hole out. And then once they get all the holes punched out, they get a reward.
Mom, what is this?
Hang on. And then I got them these little popsicle sleeves because they're always complaining. Hey, because they're always complaining that their hands get cold when they have little push-up popsicles. So now they can put their popsicles in here to hold them instead of crying that their hands are too cold. So there's a flamingo and a
Mom, does this hurt? Does this hurt?
Look, and this little astronaut, look, it's a pencil sharpener.
I want to send it back.
Alright, let me see.
Me want to do it.
Look, now you got a pencil sharpened.
We can sharpen it every day we don't have any. Will you let me? Wow, yeah.
Yeah, now it's sharpened.
Yeah.
And you see these things that you can write your name on? And when you punch out all of those circle numbers, you get a prize.
Yeah.
So you get to punch out a circle when you are on your best behavior and you're nice and you're kind and you're patient and you listen.
Oh my God.
If there's ever anything you see me use or have or talk about, most likely it will be linked in the description box, like all of my coupon codes for different things that I buy or talk about. My Amazon storefront where I get a lot of our stuff will be down there. Like most of the stuff is linked in the description box.
Mom, can you put it in and
So my Temu will be linked. And so if you use my link to sign up for Temu, you get a $100 coupon. So my Temu links will be down there for you to sign up with my link and get that coupon. Like I said, my Amazon storefront's there if you want to look at the stuff that I get from Amazon and use. Another exciting thing is Follow is coming out with a new animal soon, like in a day or something like that. And I'm super excited. I have my lion and my 2 penguins right here. This is my collection so far of my Follow bracelets, and they're bringing a new animal, and I cannot wait to find out what it is. That is Ashlyn's. And you don't have to be mean about it. You can be calm and just say, hey, that's mine. But my code for Follow is also in the description box if you're interested in checking them out. When you buy bracelets from Follow, it gives money towards different animal conservations, which is super great. And I think the bracelets are super cute too. Like they have a couple different animals that you can track. They'll give you your own animal. They have different animals, and when you buy a bracelet, they'll send you a little card introducing you to one of the animals, and it'll be named, and you can scan it, and then you can track where that animal goes. And also, they give money towards animal conservation. So my 3 bracelets, 2 of them have gone towards a penguin conservation, and 1 has gone towards the lion conservation, and I have a specific animal for all 3 that I can track. And I think it's super cool and super awesome. It's like an awesome cause. So always check the description box for different codes and links and things for stuff that I love, that I use, that I recommend. And they are commissionable to me, so they do help me out as well. So those are always there for you to check out. Okay, it is appointment time. Yeah, it's been about a week and a half since we went to the lactation consultant, and he was 12 pounds 15 ounces. So this is his 6-month checkup, so obviously we're gonna do all of his measurements. He's gonna have shots today, which sucks. And I guess we'll just see what the doctor says today.
Goodness, Mister.
Oh my goodness, Mister. Are you ready to go in? Get some water in now before I'm dying of thirst in there because it's so damn hot.
Did you poop?
So how do you do with salads?
It seems alright so far.
11 and a half.
Mister got poop all over me. He had a huge poopy diaper in the car. One of those first like legit solid food poops has hit. It was a mess. And I got it like all over me somehow. Huh.
How you doing? Good. It's me again, giving shots again. Alright, so it's just the Pediatrix Prevnar and Hib. We've had this before. It's the same ones as our 4 months and our 2 month shots. We just don't get the rotavirus today, okay? We'll do it quick. I know, baby. I don't like doing this to you. You're the sweetest baby. I know. Alright. Here we go. I know. There you go. Get that out. There we go. Okay, we're good, Mama. We're good. don't feel like you need to rush out of here, you take your time, okay? All right, good job, Chase. Good job, Pumpkin. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, I saw you got the sweetest blue eyes. Oh my goodness. Oh. Bye-bye.
He was 13 pounds, 11.5 ounces. I mean, it still has him in like 1 percentile or something like that. So he gained about 11-ish ounces from a week and a half ago, which she said is, I mean, it's good weight gain because they say that they gain about ½ ounce to 1 ounce a day. So he technically gained like just barely more than what's expected. So although he's still in a low percentile, he is going like curving up towards his growth curve and gaining at a good rate. I'm just still so like just frustrated over the whole like inaccurate weight situations, like feeling so like relieved and on top of it to then feeling like completely deflated. It's just sticking with me because I just can't get over the fact that like I thought he weighed so much better and that all of the problems were better, and then that like high got taken from me and now we're just back to the same old like, yeah, he's gaining at a good rate and like it's fine, but he's just not up with his curve like I thought, I guess. It's just, I hate when things change like that, I guess, so I just like hold on to it, if that makes any sense. Like, I mean change for like the worse, obviously. So anyways, his height, he's in like the teens percentile, like head is in like the 20 something percentile. So I mean he's fine there, obviously still on the slightly smaller side, but not like his weight is. But I mean we're not worried about it, and hopefully as he continues eating food and breast milk, it'll at least keep going at the rate that it is, if not improve more. But we won't see them again until his 9-month appointment. Turns out she wasn't really concerned with keeping up with his weight more thoroughly. So we'll see them again at the 9-month appointment. And she kept talking about food therapy. She mentioned it like twice, and I was kind of confused at what she meant because the lactation consultant talked about going and doing food therapy, but she said she was going to mention it to the pediatrician and have the pediatrician figure that out. And like it's in the official referral in, I guess, from my understanding, but the pediatrician made it seem like I had already started it, and like was already doing it. But I haven't heard from anyone about scheduling anything because I've been under the impression that the pediatrician was going to get the note about it, and then the pediatrician was going to send out the official referral. I'm getting a headache right in between my eyes for some reason. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. He had to get 3 shots today, which sucks. That's never fun to have to, like, witness. So hopefully he's not in too much pain for the rest of the day after that. Hopefully, like, they don't bother him too much, I guess. But he's been so hard to get to go to sleep the past couple of days. Like, he literally just goes through these phases where he'll go a few days or a week or something where it's like he just screams and fights going to sleep so bad no matter what I do. And then he'll go where he has like a few days to a week or something where basically he just falls right to sleep. And I don't really have to do a whole bunch. Like, you know, I just hold him, give him his passy, pat him a little bit, and he goes right to sleep. Whereas lately, past couple of days and during the night especially, he's been really bad the past couple of nights where it's like I hold him, I rock him, I pat him, I shush him, like I try everything, and he just screams and screams until he eventually like finally gives in and goes to sleep. And at night he's been waking me up in the middle of the night, like between, I don't know, like 4 and 6 a.m., 3 and 6 a.m., something like that, and he'll just wake up and like just scream and nothing. Alright, thank you so much. But yeah, like nothing makes him happy. Like, I try to pat him to sleep and stuff and give him his passy, and it doesn't work. He just screams. And so after doing that and he just gets more and more mad, I give up and I'm like, okay, I'll try to nurse you. And then he'll latch on for like a minute maybe, and then he just lets go and is pissed again. Like, and it's just like we go back and forth. I try to get him to nurse to calm down. He tries it, says nope, not good enough, gets mad. So then I go back to trying to just getting him to calm down enough to fall asleep. And after so long of me doing that, him just screaming and fighting it, you know, I just go back and forth until he finally either gives in, or sometimes it's like close to when I get up for the day and he calms down, like to the point that he's not crying, but he doesn't go back to sleep, so he kind of just lays with me while I can try and like get a few more minutes of sleep. The other thing is, the doctor that we see, like I've said, was my pediatrician, and she was my mom's pediatrician. So she's older, she's old school, she is getting closer and closer to retiring. Like, she only works 2 days a week right now because she's getting close to retirement. Like, she's been a pediatrician for a long time. So she's very old school, very much so old school. And I just don't know how to talk to these old school doctors about like more progressive things like baby-led weaning, because like she's so stuck on purees and rice cereal and oatmeal cereal and starting foods at 4 or 5 months old and like this and that. And that's just not what I prefer. It's not what I like to do based off of the research that I've done and the things that I've learned having 3 kids. Like, obviously I prefer the baby-led weaning route ever since I discovered it when London was around 7 or 8 months old. That's just what I prefer to do, but that's really, I don't know how to talk about that to such an old school doctor. I'm just, like, I know that he is technically gaining weight, like, as good as he can, I guess. Like, he's already behind, so he's probably going to stay behind. That's how it was with Ashlyn. Which, on another note, I did go back to look into some stuff because I had so many issues with Ashlyn's weight and stuff whenever she was a baby, but I wasn't sure, like, to what extent. Like, I wasn't sure if she was worse than he is. And I guess I shouldn't have put it like she was worse, but I did go back to like when she was his age and she did weigh less. But some of that could also be chalked up to because she's a girl, and boys usually weigh more than girls. So part of it could be because she's a girl, and part of it could be because her weight gain issues were or like a little worse or something like that. But she was tiny at 6 months old, like way smaller than him. She was only like 11 pounds something at 6 months old, and he's over 13 and a half pounds. So she was smaller at that age. Like, I imagine he's probably going to stay on the smaller side, but as long as he's gaining at a good rate, like, it's fine. Like, he's still healthy, and it's not necessarily something to be concerned about. My thing is, I still really want, damn, they're still there. I still really want to get to the point where he's good with just nursing, because, like, I've been giving him like 4 to 5 ounces of pumped milk throughout the day, so he'll get like 1 to 2 ounces in a bottle like a few times a day, like 2 to 3 times a day. He'll have like a little bottle just to top him off, just to get a few extra ounces in and get a little bit more calories in. And I still want to really get to the point where that's not necessary, because it's more of a hassle, obviously, but also I've made quite a huge dent in my freezer stash of breast milk, and I'm not replacing any of it because I'm not getting enough output from pumping after he eats to like be replacing any of the milk that I'm using. So I'm literally just using up my freezer stash without replacing any of it, and at that rate, like, obviously it's eventually going to run out, and I don't want to get to the point where I run out of pumped milk and he still needs like extra bottles, and then I'm going to have to like introduce formula to top him off. Like, I really don't want to do that. Which I imagine that now that he's on solid foods, and at this age, and once they start eating solid foods, they kind of need a little bit less breast milk. So I'm hoping that with solid foods in the picture, that he won't like need the bottles anymore, and we can like actually wean him off of those without it affecting his weight. But I mean, I don't know if it will or not. I swear, it's like, it's funny to me, every single person that interacts with Jace comments about his eyes. Like, basically every nurse that he has, and the pediatrician has done it before, mentions his eyes, and they all comment about, like, they call him baby blue eyes or Mr. Blue Eyes, or they always say something about his eyes, and I just think it's so funny. That's just what everyone points out about him, is how blue his eyes are. And the more, like, the longer his eyes stay blue, and the more that we get comments about his eyes, it just makes me like wish more and more that they do actually stay blue. Because I mean, they seem like they will, because they like haven't darkened up at all, and they were so light from so early, that they just give me the feeling that they're going to stay blue. Because with London and Ashlyn's especially, Ashlyn's turned dark at a pretty young age because she has brown eyes, and London has, her eyes are more, they're turning more hazel like mine now, but when she was a baby and a toddler, hers were like a gray blue, like sometimes even turquoise shade. My accent's right here. So London's did appear to be on the blue side for a while, but as she's gotten older, they're starting to be more like green and hazel than before. But I feel like when she was a baby, like a newborn, couple months old, I feel like her eyes were a darker blue, like on the navy end of blue, whereas Jace's have always been like on the lighter blue side. So it just makes it seem like maybe he really will have blue eyes. And it also appears that he's gonna have red hair. We thought London was gonna have red hair because when she was a baby, it turned into kind of like a strawberry blonde color. And as a toddler, her hair looked pretty strawberry blonde, but now that she's like older and she's almost 5, her hair is more on the side of like dirty blonde. Like I still see a teeny bit of like a strawberry blonde color in her hair sometimes depending on the lighting, but mostly I think her hair is like a dirty blonde. And Ashlyn's is like a light brown, but with how red Jace's hair looks, like sometimes I feel like he's gonna have red hair. So it's just so interesting to me to see what features your kids end up having, because right now our 3 kids have basically 3 completely different sets of features. Like London has lighter eyes and lighter hair, Ashlyn has dark eyes, darker hair, and then Jace has light eyes and like, I mean light hair, but on the red side, not on the blonde side, if that makes sense. So sometimes I see similarities in the kids. Like Jace looks a lot like London did when she was like a small baby before she got chunky. And sometimes I do see a tiny bit of Ashlyn when she was around 1 in him, but for the most part, all 3 of them look like their own person. Like they almost don't look like siblings sometimes. Just like when London was a baby, she was my twin, and Ashlyn was Christopher's twin. And now that they've gotten older, London looks more like her dad, but with light features, and Ashlyn actually looks a lot like I did at her age. So it's just really interesting to see the features that your kids have as they get older. You awake? What are you doing? What are you doing?
My friend's beach. Some of my dad's
Oh, that'd be nice.
some of my friends from ballet.
Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love.